everyone, my name is Chelsea and I'd like to welcome you to my first journal flip through. This journal would have been my first ever to complete and I hope that you all enjoy. So just to give you all some background, my name is Chelsea and I am 32 years old and I have a keen interest for all things creative, drawing, coloring, painting, and recently journaling. I hail from the island of Trinidad, which is a part of the dual nation or twin state Trinidad and Tobago, and I would like to show and share you my journal, which is a combination of my experiences throughout the year and also some old pieces that I would have found that I would have included in my journal. So to start, I would have used my Cricut to just make a title page for my journal. Following that, I don't usually use or enter the contents page of it because even though this journal has page numbers, I usually cover them up with stickers or washi tape. So that's why to me it doesn't make sense to fold this part in, but I started on page 1, the first page. So this is a dotted line journal and it has about 200 pages and I would have utilized almost all of them for this journal. So I started off journaling at the end of January because that's when I ordered this journal on Amazon and I would have gotten it, and since the end of January each month I would have tried to journal a little bit about what has been going on each month. So the first set of journal spreads occurred when I was on a trip to Curacao. I would have journaled every night about that trip, just talking about different things that would have happened. This particular page looks like this because I would have saved different receipts and different tickets from my trip to Curacao, but I put tape over it, and because I did that, it faded, and it's a loss. The memories of what were on these receipts are a loss, but it helped me to learn a valuable lesson not to put tape over those things. So continuing, you would notice that I usually talk about my daily life or things that are bothering me, mental health things, just memory keeping entries, and I usually like to use printouts, washi tape, and stickers. So on this page you will notice that there are printouts, washi tape, and stickers. So most of the pages in this journal you will notice that's what I use. This page is a little bit different because it shows an experience. This is an example of our national festival named Carnival where I participated. I would have created this spread to remember those 2 days. So on those 2 days we dress up in a costume and we parade through the streets to music. And for this spread I would have saved pieces of the fabric of my costume as well as different, I'm not sure what this is called, but different cutouts of glittery circles that they attach to the costume, as well as these stars that I used on my face as decoration, and also things like the wristband that they gave us, also the tag on the skirt that I had on that day, different things to remember that experience. After Carnival, so that was in February, I continued daily journaling, or I want to say monthly journaling, up until October. In this journal, or in my journals, I like to also include drawings, either using colored pencil or alcohol markers, or even even water-based paint or water-based paint or gouache. So you would notice that I did some of those on particular pages. For example, this is a drawing that I made, and it is a character that you would see throughout each month until about June. You would notice that I draw the same character over just to see my progress when it comes to that drawing. So I was going to draw her as well, but I didn't end up doing it. So these are a few more pages throughout the year. So same character as before. I usually like to use cute stickers in my journal because I like colors, I like cute things, and I like aesthetic things as well. But for my journaling process, I like color. I like a lot of color. So I used it also to collect things such as thank you cards, different cards that people would have given me, things that I would have gotten from dinners or different experiences, wristbands, stuff like that. So just for the memories. So years down the line, I could open back up this book and just review my year gone by. So more drawings of the same character. Some days I didn't feel to write, didn't feel to draw, so I would have done a glue and stick page just to remember that time. Or so for example, these quotes were relevant to what I was going through at that time. Be open to whatever comes next. Focus on what's important. So more daily journaling or venting, more gluing pages. Now we've gone to August, where I took a trip to our sister island, Tobago. And this trip, I did what I did in Curacao. I would have written down how I felt every day about what was happening, and just memory keeping about day-to-day happenings. And also remembering not to put tape over my boarding passes or tickets, or just to make sure that the letters don't fade. More memory keeping Polaroids inside of envelopes are a good idea to me. And also, for example, this is like an origami fish. I want to say a folded fish made of banana leaf, and I just use washi tape to stick it into the journal instead of sticking it down permanently, just in case. But so far it's been months since I stuck it, and it still has maintained its shape and everything. By the end of September, I bought a Cricut Joy machine, and the Cricut Joy machine, I used it throughout October, and October was the first month that I daily journaled. And you would notice that on some pages I have some decals or lettering. So for example, this one with the orange pumpkin and the lettering I cut out with the Cricut. So this one was done on the 1st of October. So Jack and Sally and the ghost was made with the Cricut and using different stickers and washi tape to match the design. Even though it was a bit of a learning curve for me because I never used one before, I thoroughly enjoyed it once I had it. So this is also another favorite spread of mine. Trying to use colors that I would not normally use because I like to use a lot of pink. So I try to use a lot of different colors, such as greens, oranges, and I think that those colors are perfect for Halloween and spooky season. So this one I used the Cricut to make the stars, as well as using the pen to draw out this cursive on October 5th. And also using doilies, different mediums. This is one of my favorite pages that I use the Cricut for to cut out each frame and the lettering as well, and the bows. Because the skulls or the skeletons had bows, I decided to add some additional bows to the page. This was one of the only times to the end of the year that I drew something. I drew some desserts, some pumpkin pie. Trinidad and Tobago, we don't really eat pie like that. But because it fit the October mood internationally, I decided to include it. A lot of more desserts, sugar skulls, pumpkins. Trying to use unconventional colors together to create a theme. Also using cutouts from coloring books and coloring them with alcohol markers to include them on my spread. And at this point I decided to try to make stickers. So this scene from Arrietty from Studio Ghibli, as well as random pictures I found on Pinterest, I used to practice my sticker making. So this theme goes along with the one on the previous page. Also this page here, and also this is the first time that I decided to make a sticker sheet using a free example that I found on Pinterest and trying to use the Cricut Joy to cut it out. Did not really come out how I wanted it to come out, but it was great practice. Some more October spreads, more attempting to cut out stickers, so BT 21 characters. Didn't come out. I had to hand cut these, they did not come out how I expected them to. So more Studio Ghibli pictures. I love that movie Arrietty. This is another favorite spread of mine. Unconventional for October, an October spread, but still love it. Also, this spread was inspired by this wedding invitation. So the gold and the yellows. Another page of memory keeping and also drawing. See, tracking my progress, my drawing progress. And more printouts that were created into stickers. I like this page because of the colors that I use, which you don't really see. Pink, white, yellow and brown as a theme, but it came out really well. And this page I want to share my first successful sticker sheets that I made, and also the last, I think this is the last drawing that I made of that same character from the beginning of the year that highlights my progress in drawing. This spread was one of my favorites. Is when I kind of figured out how to use a Cricut properly, the Cricut Joy, to do print and cut. So I would have gotten a lot of stickers cut pretty well from watching YouTube videos and watching different tutorials on TikTok as well to get it done. This is another page with some stickers that I made, coloring book, cutouts, and also fan art that I found on Twitter and made into stickers. Well, made into stickers, not to sell, just for my own use. So more. Everything on this page I was a little bit proud of. Everything on this page was done using the Cricut, every single thing except the washi tape. And this page as well, I think this is my favorite page in my entire journal because of the colors that I use and because of how everything cut so well, and it matched the theme to wrap up October, spooky month, everything. I enjoyed it. November, I was not planning to journal every day, but somehow I catch that bug and I still have it, and it inspired me to just journal throughout the rest of the year. So for that, I'll just flip through until there's something that I would like to highlight. by November the 4th, and why it says 4th and then it jumps back to 1st is because I had to jump to a new journal because my journal came to an end. But the book that I jumped to, the pages came out, so I had to screw them back into this book, which turned out pretty well, even though they were glued in after the fact. So throughout November, I was a bit chatty. There was a lot for me to talk about, a lot of writing, a lot of venting for the end of November, because I am a student and I was finishing up some deadlines and it was a bit stressful. So I felt like I needed to vent somewhere, because even though I vent to my family, I still felt like I needed to vent on paper as well. This page I tried to draw, so I drew these succulents with Ohuhu markers, and I tried to make them into a sticker, so I manually cut them out and then I put my laminating sheet on them and stuck them into my journal. So journaling straight to the end of November. Here is December. It's only when I flipped through I realized that the D was missing from December, but it's something that I should go back and include just for peace of mind. December was a bit chatty as well. For December, I used different materials. This is a bow, a Christmas bow made of velvet that I used to create borders on the page, as well as 3D stickers made out of foam. I used those window clings or window decals that people put on their windows for Christmas. I used some glue and I stuck them in on most of the pages. Why I did this is because December is a busy month and I wanted to, even though I wanted to write, I didn't have as much time to do 2 pages, so I used 1 page for decoration most of the time and 1 page for writing. This page, you might be asking, why is there a pink page in the middle of December? But my friend had her bachelorette party in the middle of December and I decided to dedicate a spread to it. Some more writing in December. Coming down to the end of the month, I feel like I didn't have much time to write, but I still tried. So some days were daily pages and some were a combination of a few pages. So for example, this one, December 17th to 20th, at the end here, I decided to try to make some stickers again with pictures that I would have gotten on Pinterest or freepix.com. So some of these pictures came from those sites. So for example, this came on a sheet that was on Pinterest, as well as the other Sanrio characters. So I tried to incorporate a little bit of Christmas, but a little bit of stickers to give an example of what I did. For example, Christmas grocery shopping. So more of my writing in December. I like these Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse Christmas stickers. So coming on to the end of December, I really tried, even though it was really busy some days. So at the end of the year, I had 2 weddings to attend, so I just kept some parts of the wedding, different things that we would have gotten. I would have tried to keep it. I would have used, in between all of the weddings and Christmas and New Year's, I would have written down my goals, or started to flesh my goals out. And also, these are some things that people would have gotten me for gifts: ticket stubs, receipts, different things like that. And also, the end of the journal, I would have stuck in ticket stubs from movies that I would have watched years ago. So for example, Tarzan that came out in 2016. Also Pirates of the Caribbean that came out in 2017. Fate and the Furious that came out in 2017. So these were different things that I would have included in my journal. So to end it off, I'd like to say thank you for watching. I do not have the best setup and I'm really new at this, but I would like to thank you for watching, and at the end of each month or each quarter, I would like to come back and show you all my progress on my new journal. So thank you for watching. Have a great day.